The 2020 Alabama Crimson Tide put together one of the most dominant offensive seasons we have ever seen. They did this by having the perfect combination of elite talent and unbelievable scheme, and they ran through the SEC to go undefeated and then won the national championship. Now, we will have 6 main setups that we are breaking down in this video to attack the defense in a very similar way to how Bama would under their stellar offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian. Then these are the 3 formations we are going to use, and all this will be run out of the spread playbook. Now, these are going to be the 4 main aspects that we will focus on that really made this 2020 Bama offense so dynamic, and I will be breaking down each point as we go throughout the video. So in this video, I'm going to be playing through a full game with this offense, and then as I go, I will be inserting a full breakdown on each one of the key plays, so you will get to see a mix of how these work live in a game with full breakdowns. But before we get into that, there are 4 main stars in this Bama offense, with the first being Mac Jones, who is a rhythm passer who could deliver strikes all over the field with deadly accuracy, and he was the perfect field general for this offense. Now, I'm using Tom Brady in this scheme, but throughout the upcoming game, I have a goal to pass for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns with this card, and if I do not accomplish this goal, then I will be giving this Brady card away in the comment section. Next, we have their running back Najee Harris, who is a complete back with the size and power to be super physical, but was also an excellent receiver out of the backfield who could make a ton of plays in the pass game. Now, for him, I'm using Eric Dickerson, and I have to get 75 total yards, 2 receptions, and 1 TD, or I have to give away the card. Next, we have Devontae Smith, who is one of the best receivers in the history of college football, a complete weapon who could truly beat you in every area of the field, and his 2020 season finished with him winning the Heisman Trophy. And here I am using his new MUT card, and I must get at least 100 yards and 1 TD, or I give away the card. And lastly, we have Jalen Waddle, who is college football's answer to Tyreek Hill. He was electric with game-breaking speed, and he could take the ball to the crib at any moment. Here we are using the new T.Y. Hilton card, and we need at least 100 yards and 1 TD, or we give him away. Okay, so here we are starting the game, and I always like to start with an easy inside run, get in behind your blocker, and just see what the defense is in, and here we're able to pick up 4 or 5 yards. So the next play, he was in zone, so I called one of my go-to zone-beating plays for this scheme. He actually covered it up really well on the back end, so I kind of just escaped the pocket and was able to pick up a yard or 2. Okay, now we're in 4th down. I really wanted to mix in an RPO. Here we're actually going to read the linebacker, and if he shoots inside, and we just want to throw this glance route in behind him for a nice completion. Now, one of the keys to Bama's success was the utilization of the RPO. This allowed them to put the defense in no-win situations, and they could hand the ball off to their battering ram running back in Najee, or they could get the ball to Waddle or Smith in space and let them make plays. Here we have power alert glance in gun wing slot weak. Here you have your 2 tight end side to the wide side, and we want to key in on the linebacker on that side and read him. And if at the snap he steps down and in, then you want to fire this glance route in as he cuts over the middle. This is also an excellent play to beat the blitz, and if they bring pressure in off that side, then you just want to throw him behind the blitz for a really nice pickup. Then if the linebacker or safety on that side stays over top of the glance, then hand this ball off, and now we will have a pulling guard, and you want to get in behind him and let him make his block, then cut off of him, and you can get super explosive with this run cutting to the outside. But then if the whole defense flows to the glance side, then the middle can open up as well, and you just want to get downhill with your running back right away and start racking up yards. Okay, then right after that, we're at 2nd and 11, and he was playing some cover 2, so we're going to dial up one of my favorite cover 2 beaters that I have used all year. We're going to get this wheel route up and free down the sideline. This is about a 65-yarder, absolutely massive to get Waddle this many yards this early in the game, and we're able to score a TD to complete that goal. Okay, then he comes out on offense. He's able to get a big play down the field. We had a bit of a busted coverage, and he's inside our 15. Then we get him down to 4th down, and we have a blown coverage. That's a bit of a, and he's able to tie it at 7. Okay, he was in zone again, so we can either look to the wide side of the field to the running back up the seam, or we have the corner route up along the sideline that we can fire in for a huge pickup. Okay, now we're going to mix in the run. We try a little RPO here. The bubble was taken away, so we hand the ball off. We spin back inside. We can pick up 4 or 5 yards. Now we're going back to one of my favorite deep passes in the game, this fake screen wheel. It works for cover 3 and cover 2, and you can see this tight end is going to get in behind the cornerback. You want to pass lead this up and away, and we drop this in the bucket for another huge TD. Mac Jones is absolutely on fire to start this game. Bama put a premium on having speed and athletes athletes all over the field. They had an unbelievable run of athletic playmakers, and in their 2019 season, they had a crop of 4 wide receivers in Devontae Smith and Waddle, and then Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy, and all 4 of these players went on to be first-round picks in the NFL draft. So I wanted to give a nod to this amazing foursome with the formation trio offset week. And if you go to the 4 wide receiver package when calling these plays, this will put a wide receiver in at tight end. Now you're going to have 4 receivers on the field at once. Here we have fake screen wheel in gun trio offset week, and this is an amazing zone beater to push the ball down the field. For this play, have the trips to the short side, then take the outside receiver and put him on a slant, then take the inside slot and put him on a streak. Now against cover 3, this can be a one-play bomb. After the snap, we'll see the corner on the tight end side will stay shallow and let the streak run past him, and the safety will get held into the middle of the field, and as soon as that receiver clears that corner, you can bomb them over the top for a huge pickup down the field versus cover 3. Then against cover 3, you can also look to the wheel on the short side, and the corner on that side will turn and run with the streak in the middle of the field, and you can pass lead this down and towards the sideline and drop this in for a big pickup down the field. Then against cover 2 on that side, he will get pulled in by the slant, and the wheel will come in behind him with a free release, and the deep safety will get held inside, and you can bomb cover 2 over the top for a huge pickup. Then lastly, if everything is covered deep or if they're getting quick pressure, then you can fire it into the slant over the middle as your check down. Okay, then coming back out on defense, and we cover him up really good on this play. He has absolutely nowhere to go. He tries to scramble, and we get a scoop and score touchdown to go up 2 scores. Okay, then he's able to come right down and get a quick score and get it back to a 1-score game. Okay, now we're just dialing up another really good zone beater here. We look to the wide side of the field, wasn't really there, so we're just going to check this down, pick up those easy yards. Okay, here we have one of the better deep passing plays in this scheme. It will get in behind any flat defender in the game, and you can let it fly deep for a huge pickup. Here we're able to pick up 30 yards to Devontae, which is really going to be big towards hitting his goal, and Mac is just racking up the yards. Pushing the ball down the field was a big aspect of this Bama offense throughout the years, and this is where players like Henry Ruggs and Waddle were absolutely perfect. They were Ferraris who could get behind anyone and made SEC defenses look like high school kids for their whole careers when they were with the Tide. Here we have PA Bubble Y over and spread HB weak, and this is a great way to push the ball down the field. Here we have the running back to the short side of the field, then motion the slot on the wide side over and put the backside outside receiver on a slant and the slot on that side on a streak up the field. Now first we want to look to this motioned over deep cross, and he will turn into a corner route, and as he gets downfield, he will get in behind any flat defender in the game, and you can drop this in along the sideline for a huge pickup. Then if that isn't there deep or you are getting quick pressure, then we have the slant over the middle and the running back in the flat for check down options. You can just go to whichever one is more open for some easy yards. Then for this play, if we ever get cover 2 post snap, then we can actually alert to the backside post, and the short side safety on that side will get held down by the corner route, and the post will cut inside of the wide side safety, and you can just let it fly for an absolutely huge pickup down the field versus cover 2. Okay, then the next play, then right after that, we're able to get the running back wide open up the seam for an 18-yard touchdown, giving Mac his 3rd TD pass already. That's going to beat his mark and giving Najee the touchdown he needed to hit his goal. Okay, here we really lock him down. We get him into 3rd and long. He tries to complete it. We get the knockout, and now he's just punting us the ball, and that is going to end the half, and we are going to be up 2 scores. Okay, and then he start with the ball again, and he just gets me on this little double move. My DB reacts horribly, and he's able to bomb me over the top for another huge gain. This just happened too many times this game, but I was playing super aggressive defensively. Okay, coming back out on offense, you know I like to start with the run game. Let's see what he's in. Same thing, pulling guard, get downhill, and we're able to pick up another 8 to 9 yards really easily on the ground. Okay, now it's 3rd and 1, so I come out and mesh sit, one of my favorite plays, and he actually switches it up and plays man, and I was just not ready, and I am this close to throwing a pick. I throw it off his helmet, but then 4th and 1, I had a feeling he's going to come out in the same thing, so I call the exact same play, mesh sit, and we're able to hit T.Y. Hilton, beating his man coverage, and go up the sideline for an absolutely massive gain. And with this catch, he's able to go over 100 yards to smash that goal, and he already has his TD, so he is complete. Attacking the middle of the field was the specialty of Mac Jones and Devontae Smith. This fit both of their abilities perfectly, with Mac having the ability to throw with rhythm and timing, and Smith having an unbelievable mix of athleticism and feel for the game, and this was the perfect combo to dominate in these areas. Here we have mesh sit in gun wing slot offset, set, and this is a great zone beater to keep the chains moving. Here have your tight ends to the short side, and we have no adjustments here. Now first I like to look to the running back rail route, and at the snap, if the flat on that side is dropping way out, I will quick throw this and pick up the easy yards in front of them. Then if we get man coverage, this route can be very good. If you have a speed advantage on the linebacker, you can just lob this up and let your fast running back run under it for a big pickup down the field. Then we can look to the middle of the field, and we will have this triangle read with the spot route and the two drags. And if the whole middle of the field opens up, then fire this spot route in over the middle for an easy pickup. Then if after the snap you see the hook stay in the middle on that spot route, then you can just look to either one of the drags underneath, and then you can just go to whichever one is more open, rack catch it, and get upfield. Then we can also hold this ball a little longer and wait for the dig to cut in over the middle, and the user and the hook should be held down by the spot route, and you can just fire this in behind them for a really nice pickup. And then right after that, we're going right back to mesh sit, and I see his flat defender is dropping way out, so I'm just going to quick throw the running back. Up the seam and pick up some really easy yards. Okay, now he's still in zone, so I'm trying to hit this really unique wheel in the back corner, but his user runs with it, so then I'm just going to go to the other side of the field. We have a flood concept, and I can check it down to my running back. Then he stops me a few times. It's 4th and goal, so I try to go to this bubble screen on the outside. I probably at the corner, but I try to jertle back inside, and he stops us on 4th and goal. So then the very next play, he comes up, and it really doesn't matter because Richard Sherman steps in front for a pick 6, and we are going the other way. This puts us up 2 scores once again. And then the very next play after the kickoff, he tries to throw this corner route, and Calvin Johnson steps in front and makes the play once again. Okay, so I really know at this point I need to start getting Devontae Smith involved if I want to get him over 100 yards. So I try this RPO, nice little glance route over the middle for a nice pickup. I've been shredding his zone coverage. I thought he would start playing man coverage, but he stays in zone, so I'm forced to throw this ball up. It almost gets picked off, but Steve Smith steps in front and saves me. And with that completion, Mac Jones actually passes for over 300 yards, so that completes all of his objectives. Here we have curl flat and gun trio offset weak, and this is a great man beating option. Here have the trips to the wide side, then take the outside receiver and put him on a slant, then take the middle receiver and put him on a whip. Here our first 2 routes we want to look at are the corner route and the post, and we have short and elite or route tuck on both these players. Now first look to the tight end, and as he cuts, short in will activate. You will get really good separation as you cut towards the sideline. You can get a really nice pickup. Then if they have no deep safety in the middle of the field and the user stays shallow, that is where we want to look to the post, and as he cuts in, his ability will activate and he will break off from his man for a really big play, and you just want to rack catch this and get some great yards after the catch. Then for the check down, we have this whip breaking out or the slant breaking in, and you can just go to whichever one is more open, and both are great man beating options. Now if you want to see a full breakdown on the rest of the plays I use in this video, you need to check out my website Scheme Kings, where I will go over 8 to 10 more plays out of these 3 formations to give you so many more great options to attack the defense. Then there's all the pass schemes on the site, like my Chiefs West Coast spread and my Bama defense, and so much more. So if you want to check out Scheme Kings, I will leave a link for it down in the description below. Okay, then back on the goal line, and I go back to the well with our RPO bubble play. I hand it off to Dickerson, I journal back inside, and we're able to fall forward for the touchdown. And with that TD, Najee once again passes his, and we completed all the challenges for him. Okay, then on first down here, once again, I just got too aggressive. I'm trying to bring heat. I'm trying to make a play. I was trying to get him out of the game, and he's able to bomb me over the top for a huge pickup. Then right after that, he goes for the onside kick, and he's able to recover it. So now I'm starting to sweat a little bit. You know, we're still up 2 scores, but you never know at this point. But he comes back on offense right here. He tries to throw it over our head on a wheel route. We're just able to step in front for another pick. So now back out on offense, I tried to run the ball just to kind of see what he's in, and we absolutely explode. And we are gone with Dickerson for another explosive pickup. Then just to end it out, we're just going to run the ball here. We have the bubble RPO. We get to the outside with our running back, pick up a pretty nice gain. Here we have RPO read bubble in gun trio offset weak. Here have your trips to the wide side, and we want to read the defender with the P over his head. And if after the snap he crashes down, then we want to flip it out to our bubble, and he will have some blockers out in front, and you can get into the open field for a nice gain. Then this will also work if the read player is out over the slot. Then once again, if he crashes in, just flip it out and get upfield and pick up those easy yards. Then if the D stays over top of the bubble, look inside to the read player, and if he starts making plays on the QB, then you just want to hand this ball off and get downhill as soon as you can, and you can start making people miss in the open field. Then the last element of this play is if you do have speed at the QB, QB and the bubble is taken away and the read player crashes down on the running back, then you can keep it with your QB and get on the edge and make some plays with your legs. Then lastly, this RPO one more time to seal it. We're actually able to get the bubble this time, get it to D-Hop on the edge. We get a nasty hurdle and we get another huge gain down the field to end this game off. So we were able to beat 3 of the 4 objectives for this scheme, only coming up short on the Devontae Smith objectives. Now I'm going to do a giveaway for this card. To enter, just leave a comment down below and you have to join my Discord. Then if you want to add another equally deadly offensive scheme out of this same spread playbook that you can use along with this Bama offense, then you need to check out my deadly Chip Kelly Oregon spread offense. So if you want to start playing like the Oregon Ducks, then you need to click this video right here.